You put us together 3 times.
That wasn't us, that was just chance.
Chance. Now, in the movie, the concept of chance plays a very, very, very crucial role in the whole narrative, in the whole theme of the movie. It has a very deep symbolic meaning because it represents a multitude of things within the movie itself, which is why they just grouped it all and just called it chance. You got to be able to always catch the okie doke because there's always going to be work for you to have to be able to see beyond what's actually there for you to see. And that's what you got to see beyond is when they say it was just pure chance. No, it wasn't. It was beyond just it being about chance. Because remember, this is a Gnostic story. So the whole concept of chance, for one, we could say the defiance of predetermination. Defiance in itself, when you defy, when you go against authority, when you go against the structure, right, you're told that you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to rebel. Remember what group in the Bible rebel. You're not supposed to rebel. That's why you're not taught to go or to seek out the actual gnosis or to seek the knowledge. Because it's not about your well-being. It's about keeping your soul and your spirit trapped. Because everything about this whole physical is an illusion. So if you want to fall into the whole trap about the whole physical and the rules of the games that we playing on this earth, then yeah, it is for your betterment. It is so you can have a better life. It is so you can be better at the system. You're just being better at what is the system. But if you want to override the system, if you want to get to what's really real, then you got to seek out the spirit, the spiritual, because that's the only thing that's real, which is why you are so much distracted from the spiritual with the physical, because the physical is the illusion that keeps you trapped. Just like in Neo, they was trapped in the Matrix so that they could be used to be power for the machines that were used to be batteries. It's the same concept. It's like you are a battery. You are keeping this shit going until you come to the real true realization of who and what you really truly are, which is why you are kept away from the spiritual knowledge and you don't seek out the gnosis because you're not programmed to. Because if you begin to do that, you're going to see what's really real and you're going to realize that this whole physical is some bullshit. So if David and Elise with their, what seems like coincidental meetings or run-ins with each other are driven by chance. So these encounters are not part of the Bureau's plan. And this is showing you how chance can create opportunity for paths to diverge from what's seen as the predetermined course or the plan that they're supposed to stick to. You see, this defiance of control, this is what emphasizes the theme that not everything in life can be planned or controlled. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes the most meaningful events often arise from the unexpected. So there's always the chance of the opportunity for you to shape and create your own destiny. But sometimes you have to defy what is seen as the plan for you. Sometimes you have to divert from that course in order to truly do what it is that is meant for you to really truly do from your own free will. Remember, there are no coincidences. There are no coincidences. So when Harry, who was seen as who we could say is David's main primary handler. So when he missed that moment where he was supposed to make David spill his coffee so he wouldn't get on that bus, therefore he would have never, one, run into Elise, and two, he would have never got to his office at that particular time where he was able to see behind the curtain, because he literally got there and all the agents and everybody was there doing their manipulation to the physical reality, right? Now, chance also aligns with free will. So chance in the film also symbolizes the potential for free will within a deterministic framework or preordained script. So whenever chance events occur, they create opportunities for the characters to exercise their own free will, making decisions that wasn't preordained by the bureau, because these are opportunities that come from everything being like off plan, so to speak. So this goes back to one of the main things of the struggle between free will and fate. So the pivotal moments in the movie where David decided that he chose Elise and he wanted to pursue Elise, and this was despite the bureau's interfering, if despite them telling him that he couldn't be with her, he wasn't allowed to be with her. This could be seen as a response to the opportunities that was created by chance. Remember, chance ain't just chance. This is what they calling it now. These are the different things that chance represent in the movie. So these moments highlight his determination to assert his own will, even when the odds are stacked against him. So chance, therefore, becomes a vehicle for expressing human autonomy in a world where autonomy is severely restricted, because you are not allowed to go off plan when we look at this movie. So naturally, people get on a course. They're set on a plan. All the way from the moment that the time that we are born, we begin to lose the essence of who we truly are authentically within ourselves, because why? We're born into this world. We're born into this society. And in order to survive this society, we are indoctrinated with very specific ideas, which preordains or predetermines the path that we are set to walk. You are not dealing with poverty by coincidence. That's not a coincidence. You are wired, you are geared towards that poverty mindset. It's not a coincidence. But there may be moments, there may be times that may arise that show you an opening to escape from that poverty stricken thinking. Now, is it chance? Is it coincidence? See, that goes into the whole Gnostic realm of understanding the demiurge not being the true God. So if that not being the true essence or the true source of the divine, then therefore it's not really in control. So therefore the chairman isn't really in control, even though that is the illusion that is present. Now, if you've been familiar with some of my content and a lot of the knowledge and things that we've discussed, you've heard me discuss chaos. Now, we can consider chance to also be aligned or to symbolize chaos. And with chaos comes disruption. It comes disorder. So the disruption of the plan is something that chance is also representing. So in a broader sense, chance represents the element of chaos in a universe that the Bureau seeks to keep in order. So the Bureau's agents are constantly working to minimize or to eliminate the effects of chance in order to maintain control over human destinies. But when chance intervenes, it disrupts the orderly execution of the Bureau's plan, introducing disorder and unpredictability into a system designed to be flawless. And when you understand Gnostic lore, the demiurge created the physical realm, and it was out of the ignorance of not realizing the true divine source. So because chance represents chaos, it serves as a symbol of resistance against the control of the Bureau. So it suggests that despite the Bureau's efforts to create a perfectly controlled reality, there will always be elements that escape from their grasp. And these elements can be catalysts for significant change, because this chance, this opportunity led to David seeking out Gnosis, which in this sense is represented by love, is represented by the connection that he made with Elise which showed him something that made him push beyond what was already preordained for him. Like they told him, without falling for her, he continues to have this hole, this void that he seeks to be filled by the applause and the approval of the public, making him a top tier politician. So without love, that's what he chooses to pursue. But once he gets a glimpse of it, once he falls, that unpredictability of what that love brought was total and complete utter and resistance against the script that was preordained and written for him. Man, you gotta remember,
chaos is a ladder.
Chaos brings opportunity. See, we are naturally discouraged against what is considered to be chaos. But in reality, it is the very nature of the fabric of the rebellion that is required for one to seek out spiritual enlightenment. By its very definition, seeking the knowledge, the gnosis, it takes you on what is in the eyes of the public, in the eyes of the system and the structure, takes you along the dark path, takes you along the left-hand path. See, it's not all about doing quote unquote evil things. You have to look at things from a perspective, because in terms of the structure, in terms of what is required to be, if you resist that, if you rebel against that, from that very perspective, that's a negative, that's a bad thing, that is a quote unquote evil thing. So we have to be more aware of duality and in understanding the true meaning behind light and darkness. See, this is why in The Dark Knight, that Joker is one of my favorite villains. He's top 5 villain because he represented chaos. That's what he brought to the forefront. And when you're looking at the characters at play, you realize Harry is bringing the energy of Lucifer, because Harry was already tied in the very beginning. He was already in a place where he was kind of not feeling everything that's going on. He not feeling the way things are going. He said, I'm tired. And he said, well, I think you need to take a vacation after all of this. He said, I don't think a vacation is going to take care of the type of tired that I am. And he ended up helping David.
Okay.
Well, what were they doing to Charlie?
Just changing the way he weighs investment risks, which will subtly shift the direction of his company in the way upstairs wants.
So Richardson could read my mind?
Richardson was trying to scare you.
No, he knew the number I was thinking of, the color.
Because he set it up as a choice. Choose a color, choose a number. We can't read your mind or hear your thoughts. When you make a decision, your mind weighs options. We can perceive that. We know when you're going to go off the plan or not, because if we're close enough, we can sense when it's going to happen. We're just here to keep you on plan. That's all we're authorized to do.
Are you allowed to be telling me this stuff? I mean, are they following me now?
We have to monitor the entire world. We don't have the manpower to follow everyone all the time. And there's something about water. It blocks our ability to read your decision tree.
Are you an angel?
We've been called that. We're more like case officers, who live a lot longer than humans.
Why are you helping me?
I have my reasons.
And why won't they let me be with Elise?
All I know is, the amount of resources they've used, keeping you from her is pretty damn important to them.
Why? Because as he said later on, everything is a test in a sense, even for them. So even for him to take the road or to make the choice to provide David with the knowledge and the information, he brought the light, just like what Lucifer represents, the bringer of light. He brought the light, he brought the knowledge, he brought the information, which allowed him to be able to overcome the Adjustment Bureau, to be able to beat the Bureau. That's what it all played out to.